I'm just going to let the other people here that are trying to join us before we get started. I'll just ignore all that on the screen. So we have Kurt and Cindy. Huh, what happened? I didn't let them in yet. Wait a second. She must have dropped out. Let me fix that. All right, looks like we got everyone connected now. Let's see if we can see our town people here. There we go. There's Cindy. Anyone else we expect to speak for the town? If so, let's just get your cameras on and everything. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Patrick will be joining us too.
Yeah, I see him. He's in the Zoom, just he's
Okay.
muted. So that's fine. All right, yeah, I see you there. Great. All right, looks like we've got everyone. I don't know if Amber is going to come from Clifton Larson, but let's get started in the meantime. So yeah, this is docket 3095 WR 104, the application of the town of Lawrence for authority to adjust water rates. This is Michael Newmark, the administrative law judge for the PSC. We're on Zoom with the town. Its consultant may appear and commission staff. We've made the connection available to members of the public, but we have no one from the public in attendance at this time. What we're doing here today is making the record in the case. That's the documents we identify and verify under oath as exhibits, as well as any comments we receive live from the utility commission staff and members of the public that join us before we adjourn. We're also receiving written comments from the public. People can file those on the commission's website or mail them to us, and the details on how to do that are on our notice of hearing, also on the customer notice sent out by the town. Now it's on the live stream and will be on the recording of the hearing. Comments are due Monday, July 22nd. I think we have 3 comments on file so far. And so any comments we receive by the deadline, we can put those in the record, as well as the recording will be part of the record. So what do we do with the record is we provide that to the decision maker in the case. In this case, it's Andy Galvin, the administrator for the Division of Water Utility Regulation and Analysis. It's a long title, sorry. And so the administrator will review the record and make a decision in the case. Then a written order will issue. It'll be emailed to the utility and posted on the commission's website. So that's our basic process. If there are no questions about that, we can move ahead with the utilities documents. So I do have a list of the documents that were filed by the utility and commission staff. They're identified by commission staff that they should go into the record. So with the utility documents, there's 20 altogether, and I put those on the screen share. So we usually start out verifying the notice. Who do we have in attendance that can verify the notice document for us?
Cindy.
Yep, I could help you with that.
Oh, yeah, great. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand.
All right.
You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, just give us your name and title.
Cindy Koken, Clerk Treasurer with Town of Lawrence.
All right. Can you see the screen share?
Yes.
So the first 2 documents listed there, the Town of Lawrence, notice to customers. Are you familiar with those?
Yes.
And are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And can you verify the remaining documents, or do you want to pass that on to someone else?
The remaining documents being
There's the the application documents, the data request responses, the rest of those that are on the screen share.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe I'll pass those on to Patrick if you don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So
Yes.
before we let you go, do you have any comments you'd like to make?
I do not, thank you.
All right. Okay, so it looks like Patrick's ready to verify those. So we'll do the same thing. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, so name and title, please.
My name is Patrick Wetzel. I am the town administrator for the town of Lawrence.
All right. So can you see the screen share?
I can.
So the third document from the utility, that's an affidavit, so we don't need to verify that. But the remaining documents, number 4 through 20, are you familiar with those?
I am.
Are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
They are. Yes.
Okay, do you have any comments?
I do not have any comments on the data requests, the application, those documents. I do have one comment that I would wish to make though, and it's based on the public comment and the public feedback that's been received so far.
Okay,
I believe it was 3 responses so far.
yes.
All three of them seem to relate to a desire of utility customers for the town to implement or allow for a sewer deduct meter program. Is it appropriate to make a comment on that right here?
Yes, perfectly. This is the time, so go ahead.
Okay, great. So the town, based on that public feedback, we will intend to create that program and allow for that program soon. We will, though, be looking to implement that program through the sewer utility and not through the water utility, which would be part of this process with the PSC. So our sanitary sewer utility is not within the guidelines of this process. But we would look at operating through the sewer utility. We would allow for second meters, but that process would probably involve a permit, an installation fee, a quarterly meter charge, and then if applicable, a disconnect or reconnect fee. And what we would look to do with that is we would operate it through the sewer utility in order to help measure volume that would be for outside watering or water that otherwise is not to go down the town's sanitary sewer system. So we would look at calculating a sewer volume credit based on the meter reading. But again, we would look at operating that through our sanitary sewer utility.
Okay, well, staff may have a thing or two to say about that, but I just wanted to ask if anyone else in attendance wanted to speak for the utility. No one else? Okay, so let's just move on to get the staff documents identified and put in the record. I guess, I don't know if staff has this, maybe the first time staff's heard of this proposal, but also I'll give them a chance to speak. I don't think it will necessarily relate to this case. So I don't think it's critical that this record have a lot of detail about what the utility is proposing, well, what the town is proposing in terms of the deduct meter, but can probably save that for another day. But let's just get what we have into the record at this point. So we have the revenue requirement exhibit, and that'll be Troy Gaza. We'll swear you in. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, so revenue requirement exhibit, are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Is it complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Any comments?
Yeah, I just have some comments regarding the cover letter and exhibit sent out. In the cover letter, there is mention of 4 different adjustments to be made on the 2023 PSC annual report. Those are also laid out in Schedule 6 of the exhibit. And those are 2 of those relate to impact fees. 1 to some plant that was recorded as contributed. It should have been utility financed, and 1 with some meters that were, some parts for meters that were expense that should have been capitalized. So the utility has not made them adjustments yet based on my review earlier today of the annual report. So those will be put in as order points on the order, and then if the utility could just make those adjustments as soon as possible, there'll be a time frame given in the order, but the sooner the better.
Okay. And did you have anything to comment about the sewer utility proposal that Patrick
No.
Wetzel gave? No, okay. All right, so let's move on to cost, service, study, and rate design. Alex Hanna, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Cost, service, study, and rate design exhibit, is that, are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Is it complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
And do you have any comments?
Yeah, I can make a comment about the deduct meters, the second meters. I did request the utility to, make a statement just because of the public comments. The water side of the tariff does offer a Schedule AM1, which is an additional meter rental charge, which would be regulated by the water utility. In this docket, the utility didn't apply or request a Schedule AM1. So the route that Patrick spoke about being on the sewer side is reasonable, and I appreciate them responding to those public comments because it can get kind of confusing.
Okay, yeah, I just, maybe just for my own information, is that something you've heard of the sewer utilities doing?
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the three ways that a utility can, charge for those second meters.
Okay,
Since the
good.
sewer department's not regulated by the commission, yeah. they
So
wouldn't
the
be
water service is still flowing through the utilities meter. Is that how it's designed, or is there a?
Well, it would be up to the utility how it's configured,
Okay.
but if it was water related, then yeah, they would get a charge for the AM1.
Right, it would be
But,
utility
yeah.
service, yeah. Okay. All right, well, we'll see. Do they need to file anything with us then if it's solely on the sewer side, just to let us know what's going on, or what's our typical process, do you know?
I think the statement made by Patrick is great for the record. It really addresses the public comments in the water docket. As
Mhm.
for the application and anything like that, there was no formal request to add that.
Right, on our
Yeah.
end. Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead, Patrick, you have another comment?
Yes, and we would be more than happy to, because public comment and feedback is still being collected through, I believe, the 22nd. We would be more than happy to file, I guess, comment on our application or on this case to the effect of laying out what that program would look like, even though it would be through the sewer utility, just to enter it into the record. We do have some diagrams and some language on how that can work and what it would look like. We can enter that if you find that that's appropriate.
It's probably better to leave it out of this case because this case
Okay.
is relating to the water rates. But I was thinking more like going forward when you put it into place, if you would give us a notice of what you're doing and how it's working. Doesn't sound like that's what we normally do, so I don't want to, break with our practice, but it can't hurt, I suppose, just to give us a heads up of, that this is in place and this is how we're dealing with the deduct meter on the sewer side. But
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
for the guidance with that. We're willing to do whatever you feel is appropriate with
Sure,
it. So
sure.
thank you.
I understand. Yep, thanks. All right, so anything else? Any other comments, questions? No, and we have no members of the public in attendance. So like I said before, we will continue to accept comments until Monday. I can turn off the screen share now. But at this point, anything else we need to address before we adjourn? No? All right. Well, thanks very much, everyone. We're adjourned.